WQB, Vail, Colorado.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to TV8's Good Morning Vail for Thursday, October 21st. This is a live shot from CMC up in Leadville. Look at how beautiful it is first thing this morning. A snow blanket laying on top of those mountains. Hopefully we see more precipitation later into this week. I was looking at those weather maps earlier and I saw the word snow and got so giddy. Kevin started making fun of me. I'm one of your hosts today, Maddie Evans, alongside Kevin Shields. Good morning, Kevin.
Well, good morning, Maddie, and that was a great shot of Leadville, and to quote Nick, it was pretty.
It was pretty.
Very pretty.
He goes, it's pretty in Leadville.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was. The sunrises that we've been having recently are absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, some snow in the mountains adds that reflection. It just makes the whole mountain range glow.
I know. We've been seeing really beautiful sunrises and incredible sunsets. You have to be outside at the perfect time, though, because it's been going down so early.
So early, those days are getting too short.
Yeah. Well, there's no such thing as too short
Not
of
too
days
short.
because that means that then winter's going to come. We're going to have an absolutely incredible ski season. How many days away are we?
Gosh, I'm going to say 23, 22.
22 days away from Vail Mountain opening, which means that it's almost here.
It's amazing. I remember just not too long ago, it's 65 days away, and it's like, oh, it seems so far, and now, not so much.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that this morning because I was like, oh my gosh. I swear yesterday I was like, and we're 70 days away from Vail Mountain opening, and now I'm like, we're 22 days away from Vail Mountain opening.
It's crazy, and it's what, the 21st today?
It's the 21st today.
Of October.
10 more days till Halloween.
I know, trick or treat.
Trick or treat. It's a spooky season. We're in the burr months because it's cold burr.
Yeah.
And we're in the spooky season. I love Halloween.
I do too.
I
Perfect
love
time of year.
Yeah, I love witches. I think that they're like magical creatures. You know?
They're very magical.
That's
Casting spells.
Yeah.
You've been working on your spells?
Of course.
Of course you have.
Yeah. The Salem witches, those are my...
Your ancestors.
Yeah.
Your
For
ancestors
real,
are
though.
from Salem. They are.
I know. We are actually related to the Salem witches and Nathaniel Hawthorne, House of the Seven Gables, my guy. The
Right
Scarlet
there.
Letter, you know?
Yeah.
All the good things.
And certain days we say, we thought you rode in on a broom. So we've got that.
We've got that.
too.
We've got that. What's today's national day?
National Nacho Day.
Nacho cheese.
Nacho Mama.
Oh, gosh.
So National Nacho Day. Get out there and get a big plate of nachos. Whatever your favorite choice. Nacho.
I like the chicken ones.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, because I love the chicken.
And I dig a lot of jalapenos on mine.
Yeah.
Spice it up. You know that.
Yeah. It's a good day to go up to the Coyote Cafe up in Beaver Creek, get a
Oh, yeah, go
margarita.
Go see Jeff Forbes.
Go see Jeff Forbes, get a marg, maybe some nachos with some chicken, some super yummy jalapenos on them. I love it. I live for a good jalapeno.
Let's do that. Done.
Don't tease me like that. I'll
All
be
right.
so sad when I call you later and you're like, oh no, I'm still at work. And then I'll be like, come on, Kev. All I wanted
know.
was nachos.
Live a little.
Live a little. Except for I have physical therapy tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We can go after that.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So we're actually getting nachos tonight?
I think we should.
Okay, perfect. All right, so it's National Nacho Day. Everyone needs to get out there and get some nachos because it's a great day. Who knew that this was even a holiday?
Yeah. We'll check the weather later, see how the day is going to pan out, see if those temperatures are going to drop down to tonight and what's in store for us for the rest of the week.
There's definitely some snow coming. Yeah. We've got a great show in store for you today, as we've got some really cool people coming into the studio. Of course, we've got the Eagle County Library District coming in. They've got some great programs right now to get books in bulk. And when I say in bulk, I mean maybe you want to start a book club and you don't want to have to buy 10 of the same books. Well, they've got something perfect for you. And Tegan's going to
bring it in, talk about reading, how important it is for kids.
Yep.
So excited about that.
So much more information. And then there's a really cool event taking place in Vail this weekend.
Really cool event, the LFA. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people have heard about mixed martial arts fighting and things like that. So we're going to learn a little bit about the LFA, what that means with MMA, mixed martial arts. So we're excited to hear about that. It's
going to be very intense. So today we've got the CEO of the company coming in to give us all the information, how it started, where it's going, and what it represents. These are like Division I athletes, these MMA fighters that are coming to play. Or coming to fight, I guess they're not playing.
Yeah, but it's no game. Yeah, no, it's for real.
This is no game. But they are coming into Vail, and there's a bunch of weight classes. And these guys are like one step away from making it into the UFC, which is really impressive.
It is very impressive. And I had the opportunity in my career. I worked with a company called Station Resorts, and it was a Fertitta family. And Lorenzo Fertitta was one of the people instrumental in the UFC. So it's kind of neat to see that go from the ground up and where it's at right now.
Wow. Yeah, that's a whole crazy concept to me, and something I'm like so timid to get into just because I'm a baby. But I'm excited to hear about it, and I'm excited that this is taking place right here.
It's neat to come to Vail, a big time event like this, so it'll be fun to watch it showcase and see what happens.
I know, and they've got a bunch of weight classes, which is really cool too. That way they're kind of showing you all of the different ins and outs of mixed martial arts. So I'm excited to get all that information from the CEO today. And then we've got a fighter coming in tomorrow, which, I mean, that's going to be intense.
It's intense. So you better get trained up. Do some PT on your shoulder and get ready. Did you buy tickets yet?
No.
For the gun show?
Yeah. You got them for free. Speaking of buying tickets, another great event that we could talk about taking place tonight at the Vail Performing Arts Center, Underground Sound.
Yes. Slammin' Sammy and what's his band name? They're groovy.
They're super groovy.
Yep.
Yeah, and so they're going to be playing at the Vail Performing Arts Center tonight as part of the Underground Sound Love for the Locals series. Tickets still on sale. Sammy Miller and the Congregation.
Yeah, Slammin' Sammy.
Slammin' Sammy, and look at that band. I mean, those are a lot of instruments. This is going to be a fun show.
They will light up the stage, and like we always talk about, the Vail Arts Center, such an intimate place to go watch a concert, and this band is really going to sound great in there.
Joyful Jazz.
Yes.
I feel like maybe we should go to that tonight.
That would be fun.
Go do some twirling on the dance floor?
Oh, you can twirl.
But
I'll just jam out.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. But if you are going to the Vail Performing Arts Center for any of their shows, you do need to note that you have to have your proof of vaccination, only because they are requiring that to get in to see any of the shows. But they've got great drink deals. There's a few more of these shows left after this one, so you don't want to miss them.
No, a couple more, because you always go, oh, there's a couple more, I'll get the next one. And then that next one never happens. So go tonight and catch this band. They're going to be great.
They're going to be absolutely incredible. And then next week, Cosmic Disco.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We know how much you love disco, but it's Cosmic Disco, so it's going to take it up a notch. So Maddie is going to go crazy.
I was born in the wrong generation, and so these are the consequences. I would like to wear bell-bottoms every day. Unfortunately, it's not an option, but Cosmic Disco Halloween show, count me in.
Look at that. The 29th, and it is going to be a funk fest.
Absolutely incredible. Well, I think we should take a short break, and when we come back from that break, we're going to give you a look at that local weather forecast, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Eric Sundblad with Good Morning Vail here alongside Maddie Evans. As always, Maddie, we've been having a blast bringing everyone Good Morning Vail back into their lives, but something has been missing, Maddie. Something has been missing.
I'm so excited. The watch and wins. We're giving things away.
This was the favorite part of our show back in the day. We love to give away free prizes. In just a few short weeks, we are going to be back with more watch and wins.
Welcome to beautiful, sunny San Diego, known for its white sand beaches and amazing weather. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. This gorgeous two-story home is located in La Jolla's exclusive Loa Hermosa. The spacious grand entry boasts a dramatic winding staircase to the upper level and opens to a gorgeous water view living room. Enjoy panoramic ocean and sunset views while relaxing to the sound of rolling waves from nearly every room of this incredible Mediterranean estate. I'm here with Mayumi, a massage therapist from To Go Spa. Tell us about the services you offer.
We go to your rental property and do the massage and nail services so you can enjoy your vacation time.
Book now at opulentvacations.com. Luxury accommodations just steps from Wind & Sea Beach. This is Southern California lifestyle at its finest. We'll see you next time on the Opulent Minute. Contact us today, opulentvacations.com.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. That is a live shot of the Eagle County Airport. You see the sun coming up, no snow yet in the backdrop of those mountains, but that may change as we start looking at the forecast moving through. This morning when you get up, it's going to be 24 degrees, a high of only 58 degrees, no snow right now in the forecast. But as we go into tonight, those lows are going to drop even lower. 27 degrees, no chance of snow tonight. And as we take a look at this I-70 corridor, it looks like it's going to be partly cloudy all the way from Denver into Eagle. High in Denver is going to be 68 degrees, 58 degrees in Vail, 60 degrees in Avon, and 61 degrees in Eagle. Looking at this 5-day forecast, this is what Maddie was getting excited about. If you look at Sunday, 54 degrees, a 29-degree low. Morning snow is 40%. So I think maybe next week we'll look and see some snow in those mountains right behind the Eagle County Airport. But lows are still going down to 29, 34 degrees, so make sure you've got all the work around your house that needs to happen to get ready for this colder weather and that rain and snow mix moving into the forecast. That is your 5-day forecast. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on the line. Check your local listings for more information.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Good morning, Vail.
We're a very large dog-friendly community here, and so stories of dog success is something that always makes me really happy, and I hope it makes you just as happy. This is the first time that we've had a shelter dog in the White House, and Major has a fabulous story of how he made his way from the shelter to the White House, and there's a fabulous author who's going to give us some more information on it.
Today it's an honor to speak with Jill Twist, the Emmy Award-winning comedy writer behind HBO's Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, also a New York Times bestselling author. And today we have the opportunity to speak about her new book, Major Makes History, which tells the story of the first shelter dog in the White House. Jill, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. What a generous introduction.
Well, I love this book. I was able to look at it and read it. It's just so much fun. Tell me about Major Makes History.
Sure. Major Makes History is about Major Biden, who is the first shelter dog to ever live in the White House. Major was actually left at a shelter when he was a puppy with his brothers and sisters. And Joe Biden came into the shelter and found him and eventually adopted him. So I wanted to talk a little more, maybe not so much about where Major ended up, which was the White House, but where he started out, which was the animal shelter. Because I think there are so many animals right now that need families in these shelters. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like to meet them and to adopt them and what a great addition they can be to your family.
And the book is incredibly heartwarming. The illustrations are beautiful. I especially love the part where President Joe Biden goes to the shelter and you have a really fun illustration of all the dogs that are looking for owners. I want to adopt them all, and it's just an illustration, but it's just so well done. I'm curious, what was your inspiration for telling this story, aside from hoping animals get adopted more often?
Sure. Well, I am, first of all, an animal lover generally, but specifically, I have always been super interested in presidential pets. From when I was a kid, I read Millie's book, which was about George H.W. Bush's dog, Millie. I remember learning about Socks the cat. I remember learning about Beau and Sonny Obama. So when Biden got elected, one of the things that I was the most excited about was that pets were coming back to the White House. And I was especially interested in Major specifically because he did have such a great story.
And in fact, you share quite a bit of that history at the end of the book. In fact, there was another Major in the White House.
Yes, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, actually also had a German Shepherd dog named Major. There has been, I sort of like to joke that our last 20 or 30 years of presidential pets have been very boring, all dogs and cats. But if you look back in history, there were alligators in the White House. Thomas Jefferson had bear cubs. Martin Van Buren had 2 tiger cubs that he kept in the White House until Congress made him send them to a zoo. So I would love to go back to an era of alligators in the White House if we had that option.
It's really fun to hear about all these different pets that was a regular zoo back then. And of course, now, though, we love seeing the dogs and very excited about Major and Champ. And I'm curious, you also are, as we mentioned before, really hoping that people will adopt shelter animals. What else do you want to say about that? And it comes through so beautifully in the book, especially how Major saves his person, actually.
Well, I've spent this, I will be honest and say I get very nervous about promoting my book. So something I decided to do was to go hang out with a lot of dogs to help me. So I've spent this last week hanging out either with shelter dogs who need families or with dogs that people have adopted. And just, first of all, they are the most loving dogs. And all I hear from people is how those dogs rescued them, how those dogs changed their lives, how happy they are that they chose to adopt a shelter dog. And because I know there are so many dogs and cats out there in shelters that need homes, it just seems like a really big deal to point out what great animals they are and how much I think they can add to your life.
I so agree. My dog is adopted from a shelter as well. Love her. So how can we get this book, and also how can we follow along with your busy career and everything you're doing?
Sure. Well, you can buy the book anywhere you buy books. But if I get a vote, I would love it if you went to your local independent bookstore. They have had, as I'm sure you know, a rough time during the pandemic, and any way that you can support them is great. But you can also buy it anywhere else you buy books. And if you want to follow me online, on Twitter, on Instagram, actually on Instagram, I'm sharing pictures of all the dogs that I met this week. But it's just my full name, which is Jill Twist.
Well, thank you so much, Jill, for joining us today. The book is called Major Makes History, From the Shelter to the White House. Jill, it's been such a pleasure meeting you and learning more about this great book. And you, thanks so much for taking time with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Good morning, Vail.
Beautiful sandy beaches and lush tropical gardens make San Diego the perfect destination for your next luxury getaway. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. This home has amazing charm and style. You'll feel refreshed in this La Jolla Shores beauty. I'm here with Lauren, the owner of Pop-Up Picnic Co. Tell us about the services you offer.
We're a luxury picnic service. Our claim to fame is one-stop picnic experience that we bring throughout San Diego.
Book Pop-Up Picnic Co. through our concierge services page on opulentvacations.com. The open concept living and dining room easily flow to a comfortable and inviting deck. The enclosed and spacious yard provide plenty of room for outdoor entertainment, with easy access to some of the best shopping and dining San Diego has to offer. Whether it's relaxing on the property or enjoying fun activities at the beach, the Shores Retreat La Jolla has something for everyone. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute. Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Maddie and I were talking about a really neat event that is coming to Vail soon. And I'm lucky enough to be sitting here with the CEO of the company of the LFA. And we're going to talk a little bit about what the LFA is, what we can expect, a little bit of history, and what these athletes go through to get to this level and hopefully move to the next. Welcome, Ed.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice you're here. Glad you got up. I know you're California, so it was a little bit earlier for you than me.
I'm Pacific time still, but I've actually got to spend a little bit of time out here before I came up to Vail. Both of my daughters, my oldest daughter graduated from CU Boulder, and now my youngest is a freshman there. So I've been there all week for Parents Weekend and just hung out.
And you're no stranger to this area, so you know it well.
I love this place.
So the LFA, what is that exactly? I mean, people hear about fighting and MMA, and you immediately go to UFC.
Of course. I always like to break it down, and a lot of people here understand it from when I compare it to like football. So the UFC would be compared to like the NFL. Bellator could be compared to like the Canadian Football League. What the LFA is like the NCAA Division I of our sport. So we currently have put over 250 fighters, men and female, women and men, into the UFC. And we're the #1 developmental organization in the world. So a lot of times when you tune into to an LFA, you might not know the name or have heard of the name, but I can guarantee you at least a half dozen to 10 of those athletes that are competing on that night, you will see in the near future, either in the UFC or Bellator.
Right. So how do athletes, when they decide that this is their career and they want to get into the fighting, how do they contact you for the LFA? How do you develop them? And kind of what is the inception of that before they come into the LFA?
Well, there's a whole system. So a lot of these athletes will start off by competing in the amateur division. Then they're training with a team. Most of the time, that team coach or that will have like a manager and have a relationship with one of the matchmakers of the LFA, or with the matchmaker of the LFA, or one of us. And that's how you get in. So it's definitely it's a process. It's not like you're just, oh yeah, I want to be a fighter, and you jump in there and become a fighter. A lot of these athletes, a lot of them are coming from wrestling, collegiate wrestlers. That's, after collegiate wrestling, it's not like there's a professional wrestling unless you go like a WWE sort of thing. So a lot of those athletes transition in, sort of like Dan Cormier from the UFC, who was an Olympian wrestler, and he became a multi-champ. He's been a 2-division champion in the UFC.
So when you talk about the MMA itself, because people think, well, what is the MMA? And it's mixed martial arts.
Correct.
What are the different disciplines that make that up? Because you mentioned wrestling is one of them.
Wrestling's a big one. You've got boxing, you've got jiu-jitsu, and you've got the striking. So in the striking, you can have boxing. Boxing's always very good to learn movement. Then you've got Muay Thai, which they call the art of 8 limbs, which you're looking at. You've got your fists, your feet, your knees, and your elbows. So that's why they call it the art of 8 limbs. So depending on what background you have, having a jiu-jitsu background is a ground fighting. So then it starts to become strategic. Well, if I'm a wrestler and I could decide if I want to take an athlete to the ground or keep him up, will depend on where I want to keep the fight. And then it becomes the strategy. I'm a striker, you're a grappler. You're going to want to take me to the ground. I want to defend the takedowns, and that's when it becomes interesting, and the great things happen inside the octagon.
Yeah, it's not just fighting. It is a lot of strategic planning, because one fighter may be one discipline, the other one completely different. So they really have to feel each other out and get a rhythm, and that's what makes it so exciting.
It's exciting, and that's the beauty of mixed martial arts. The guarantee in mixed martial arts is there's no guarantees. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter because when you've got a 4-ounce glove on and you get hit with a 4-ounce glove, the fight can change really, really quick. So that's the interesting thing about mixed martial arts, and that's why it's so exciting. In boxing, not knocking boxing, I'm a fan of boxing, but boxing, you're going to know how the fight's going to end. It's going to end 3 ways. They're going to get knocked out with a left, knocked out with a right, or it's going to go to the decision. In mixed martial arts, to me, I compare it to like checkers and chess. You're playing it on the same board. It's sort of similar, but in chess, you can win from many different ways in comparison to checkers.
Right. So what are fans here that are going to be attending the event? What should they expect? What kind of fighters are coming, and what kind of levels are they at?
Well, like I mentioned before, we're like the NCAA Division I of our sport. So, you know, coming out to the Dobson Arena on Friday night, what you can expect to see is some of the best young talent that has not been signed by the bigger organizations yet. So I can guarantee you that at least a half dozen of these guys and girls that are competing on Friday night, you will see in the next 12 months inside the UFC.
And I think that's what's going to make it even more exciting, because these men and women, it's for real. And it's not just that they are fighting for a win, they are fighting to get to that next level, which makes it even more intense.
And that's why sometimes our fights are so much more exciting than other organizations, because these athletes understand that this is an opportunity for them to show their skills. So they go out there and leave it all out on the line, because they're hoping that that matchmaker or that next step in their career is watching and saying, hey, let's sign this person. So definitely, you're gonna, one thing about our fights is they're always very exciting, because everybody's trying to make a name for themselves. And because the UFC is broadcasted on UFC Fight Pass in over 200 countries, they know that the audience and the exposure they're going to get is second to none.
Right. And speaking of big name fighters, you've been able to manage some big name fighters too.
Yeah, I've been in the business for, God, it makes me feel old, but almost 20 years now. But when I first came into the business, I started off as a manager, and I managed some of the greatest fighters of all time. I managed Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida, the Nogueira brothers. And as a matter of fact, an interesting thing is I manage a guy by the name of Glover Teixeira, who next week is fighting for the UFC light heavyweight championship in Abu Dhabi. And the interesting thing is that the main event on Friday night is a local Colorado kid, or actually not a local, he moved to Colorado, but he lives in Colorado, Josh Fremd, who his last fight, he lost in the world title, in a world championship from the LFA. He's taking on a Brazilian kid by the name of Renato Valente. And Renato Valente just came back. He's been training with Glover for this fight. So now he's flying into, he's coming here, and Glover just left to go to Abu Dhabi. So it's going to be a very action-packed night of fights on Friday. And like I said, it's a great sport. If you like watching this stuff on TV, you'll absolutely love it watching it live.
Yeah. Well, Ed, it's been a blast walking down history lane with you, because we know some of the same people from Vegas.
Yes,
the
definitely.
Fertitta family, Frankie and Lorenzo.
Yeah.
And then Joe Rogan, who came in with Lorenzo to get the UFC going.
And I could tell you, the sport of mixed martial arts today wouldn't be what it is today without the Fertittas. They're the ones who really kind of gave it legs, believed in it, and thankfully for them, we're here talking right now.
Yeah, and I told you one of the first guys that was one of the champions, Frank Mir, Jr., worked for me. I hired the kid. He was a kid back then, working as a bar back, but it was exciting to see kind of him go from that to where he ended up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Great athlete.
Yeah, like I said, this sport, great people in this sport, and I feel blessed to be in it. And like I said, I'm always so happy to come up and have this great partnership with the city of Vail, and we love coming up here.
Well, Ed, we look forward to Friday's event. Can't wait to see it, and appreciate you coming in this morning.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll be back shortly with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
super excited about something that we're bringing you, Eric. TV8's got some new stuff happening.
It's amazing stuff, Maddie. Did you know that Eagle County has totally lacked any good high school sports coverage, essentially for the existence of the county? You've had great newspaper write-ups, but you haven't had any good film content, and that's where the scoreboard comes into play. I will be at as many games as I possibly can throughout Eagle County. I'm going to be giving you Sports Center style highlights for these games and exclusive athlete interviews, and you get this lovely host coming on talking about sports as well. You really can't beat it. It's the scoreboard. It premieres every Monday night at 6 p.m. and then on YouTube at 6 p.m. the following day. And you can always check us out at thescoreboardnation.com. You know what, Maddie? If you can't catch the score, you can always catch the scoreboard.
Good morning, Vail.
It's going to be another beautiful fall day here in Eagle County. We are expecting those temperatures first thing this morning to be quite a bit chillier, 24 degrees around 8 a.m., a high of 58, so we will see that temperature warm up quite a bit. Really no chance of precipitation throughout the course of today. As we take a look ahead into this evening, those temperatures will cool down yet again. 27 is the low. That 0% chance of moisture lingering throughout the course of tonight. That sun setting just slightly earlier. 6:19 is when it's going down. As we take a look at that I-70 corridor, does look like the whole state of Colorado is maybe going to see some cloud coverage throughout the course of today. Down in Denver, those temperatures still moderately warm, 68 degrees. They are expecting that cloud coverage, maybe a little bit of sunshine. 58 in Vail, 60 in Avon, and 61 in Eagle. Then as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, we are expecting some snow in the forecast. For tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, 62 degrees. We will start to see those temperatures cool down, though, as we make our way later into the week. On Saturday, 57 degrees. We will see those temperatures, like I said, start to cool down with hopefully a chance of some precipitation on Sunday, a 40% chance of morning snowfall. That sounds like the perfect Sunday morning to me. 15% chance of moisture on Monday, and then another 60% chance of rain-snow mix on Tuesday. We are seeing those temperatures drop pretty far down for those evening lows, so just make sure that you are ahead of that with your car, with your lawn, with all of the things so that you're geared up for winter. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Each week on Finding the Good Life, we'll chat with experts that will empower you to lead a healthier life. You'll hear from people with life-changing stories that will inspire you, and we'll take a closer look at what's happening in health and wellness now, so we can make better choices for ourselves and for our families. Journey with me to Finding the Good Life.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Good morning. I am here with Tegan Davis from the Eagle County Library that always spills a bunch of excitement into the studio.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and a big part of the Eagle County Library is reading books.
Yes, yes. Libraries are still about books.
Yes.
We got lots of them. They're not going out of fashion. People still like the real deal.
Yeah.
And so we do books for kids and books for adults and books for teens. We got whatever you got, whatever you want, we can get it. So, or at least we try.
Neat. And you do so many fun things there that help with the COVID protocols, because there's still people that don't want to get out into the public and they want to stay. So you have the drop off and the pickup procedures.
Correct.
But you also have now a program to get more books and series of books and things for children and adults both.
Yes, so we are currently hosting story times, but if you're uncomfortable, we have the Storytime kit bag. So in the kit bag, it's by a theme. So let's say dinosaurs. So you pick up your bag and you'll have 10 books on dinosaurs. You'll have a whole binder on activities you can do with your child and what you can do to help them learn the early literacy skills. And then in the dinosaur bag, we have 2 dinosaurs that you can play with. Some of the other bags have puppets, we have music. So we try to change it up and make it creative and fun. That way you can kind of take story time to go and you can do it at your house if you don't want to join us for story time, or any of the preschool centers can come and take a bag and do it in their classroom. So we just kind of try to make it as easy as possible to pick up and walk on out.
Well, you're just taking story time to a whole new level now, because it's more interactive and a lot of fun, and I think that would help the children engage then with story time and the reading.
Oh yeah, I mean you're reading about dinosaurs, but then you're playing with
Then you're playing with dinosaurs, which is really cool.
So, and of course we got the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Triceratops, so the coolest of the cool.
Those are the two of the most popular, the T-Rex and Triceratops, for sure.
For sure.
So for the adults, what do you have for the adults?
For the adults. So we have a lot of neighborhood book clubs. Some of them are still hosting on Zoom. Some of them are meeting in person now. And we have adult book club kits. So oftentimes when you're in a book club, obviously everyone's reading the same book. You can't always get it through the library, and some people don't want to always purchase some of these books. So we have a kit that comes with 10 books. So your book club can come over, pick up a kit. You get your 10 books, and then you get a binder full of a ton of information about the author, about the subject of the book, just to kind of enrich some discussion.
Right.
And then we have prepped discussion questions for you if that's where you struggle as a facilitator. So your book club can come on in, reserve. We have 43 titles that you can come and reserve for your book club, and then you just distribute them out on your members and you bring them back after about 6 weeks.
Well, that's really neat. And I think when you read a book, to learn more about the author, kind of where they're at, why they wrote the book, and where they wrote the book even, it's just more interesting and brings the book to more light and makes it more real.
And you get more out of what you just read. So so it helps with the facilitating the discussion, but then it's more of an enriching experience. So.
Yeah. So there, it's up on the screen right now, the adult programs and how you can get in there, and the website, Eagle County, Eagle Valley Library.
Yes.
Okay.
EVLD.org.
EVLD.org.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So when we talked earlier, how many libraries are in Eagle County?
Eagle County has 5 libraries.
Wow.
We have 3 of them.
Okay.
So Vail is a town library, so it's run by the town. We are a special district, so we have Avon, Eagle, and Gypsum. And then Basalt has their library, and that's actually a regional library. So I think they work with all 3 counties down there, and they created a regional library.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So Basalt and Algebella, the library is located in Basalt.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I asked you, I put you on the spot and said, what's your favorite library?
I know, and that was really hard because we have amazing libraries here. They're absolutely gorgeous. We did the renovation remodel in Eagle. We closed that out in 2019, and then we had like 2 months of yay, come on in, and then COVID. So everyone should go check it out because it's lovely. But we have some really nice facilities. Like, they're just gorgeous, and we have people coming in now and they're studying, they're doing their work. So it's a great third space if you just need if you're zooming in and you need to get out of the house, come to the library, or if you just need a good, we have quiet zones. We also have loud zones for the kiddos.
Right.
So we just have a lot of fun, unique spaces within our buildings.
And then we talked last time too, it's not just about, I say, reading, but there's also some things you can check out. You can check out some pads or devices to search. If you don't have one of your own, you can go check one out and use it.
Yep. So we got Wi-Fi hotspot. So if your internet's being finicky, come on over.
Yeah.
We've got Chromebooks. So if your computer just died, hop on that. We also have video games. We have card games. We have GoPros. So the ski season's coming up.
GoPros?
We have GoPros.
Nice.
So if you want to film yourself doing some cool stuff, we got it. And we have magazines and DVDs and music CDs. And then, of course, we have a whole plethora of stuff online as well. So if you can't make it in, you can still get a hold of us online. So
That is amazing. I didn't know you had GoPros.
yeah, we have GoPros. We have
Lots of things.
3 different kinds of GoPros.
Wow.
So if you're in the Sessions or Hero 5, come on over.
All right.
So yeah, it's a good time. We've got lots of things. And then we're always interested in ideas. So if there's things that we don't have that you think that we need or that would do well in our community, like we have trekking poles, we have camping chairs, just holler, let us know, give us some ideas.
Wait, back up. You have what?
We have trekking poles because we have an
Okay.
active community.
Right.
And we have camping chairs. We have one of those hammocks, and then we have one of those blow-up like lounge chairs.
Yeah, it looks like a banana.
Yes,
large banana.
yep. And then we have what else do we have? We have a photo box. So if you make stuff at home and you sell it on Etsy and you need a good kind of studio presentation, we have a photo box, which is this light box that pops up and you can take really nice pictures with it. So we're just trying to get creative and give our community what they need for their lifestyles and hobbies.
At the library.
At the library.
That is incredible.
Yeah. Wait until I bring some stuff for our 3D printing and stuff like that.
You've got a 3D printer.
We have a 3D printer.
You just glaze over that. Well, just wait till I bring some stuff.
Well, because we're getting some new toys and I'm kind of excited. So
very exciting.
Hopefully bring in some show and tell for you.
All right.
So, yeah, it'll be a good time. We'll get you playing on some bananas with the makey.
I can't wait. Pagan, thank you so much.
You're
you come
welcome.
in and I don't even know half this stuff. So I got to get to the library for sure.
Please come visit.
I will. Well, thank you. And
Thank
I can't
you.
wait to have you back to show
Yeah.
some of the cool toys and stuff you
Of
make.
course. Yeah.
Perfect.
Bring them on in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
We'll be back in a minute with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Let's take a look at that local forecast as you wake up today. You're going to see a very brisk 24 degrees, a high today of only 58. No real snow yet in the forecast, but we'll look and see what's going to happen later on throughout the week. Low coming in tonight at 27 degrees, so please make sure you've got things tied up when it comes to your car, all your wardrobe. Change that out because it is getting cool outside. And we'll look at that sunset at 6:19 p.m. Those days are surely getting much shorter. The I-70 corridor looks like everything is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 68 in Denver, all the way over to 61 in Eagle, and the lowest is going to be in Vail at 58 degrees. As we pop into that 5-day forecast, mostly sunny on Friday, partly sunny on Saturday with 57 degrees, 54 degrees on Sunday, and what's more exciting is we're seeing some morning snow. So as we came in on Leadville, we saw the beautiful mountain range, which Nick said so pretty, and it definitely was. This is going to add to that. Monday, we look at 66 is going to be the warmest day of the week, and Tuesday, we're looking at a rain and snow mix, and 54 degree high, 26 degree low. That is your 5-day forecast. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
I'm Tyne Morgan, host of U.S. Farm Report, a weekend tradition since 1975. I invite you to join us each week as we shine a light on agriculture today and the great way of life that can only be found in rural America. Our team travels the roads less taken to give you a unique perspective on an industry that is rooted in incredible diversity. Come along for the ride as we showcase how farming and ranching isn't just a profession, it's a way of life.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Good morning, Vail.
I can't believe it's already the last few minutes of the show. The final few minutes. The final countdown.
The final countdown. We had 2 great guests today.
I know. I'm very intrigued by what's happening at Dobson Ice Arena this weekend.
So I guess to recap, because a lot of people aren't really that familiar with it, the LMA, which is
LFA. Yeah.
Keep MMA,
There's too
UFC.
many.
There's too many letters out there. But it is the entry level for a person that wants to be a UFC fighter. So just like he made the analogy with football, it's like a college football player wanting to get into the pros. It's kind of that level, and they have the developmental, so it's that transition into the big leagues and things like that. But certainly the training and everything that goes into it, there's nothing that's spared. It's still the same stuff as the professional UFC fighters go through. But they literally, like I said, they're not just fighting for a win, they're fighting for the opportunity to get up on one of the big cards and fight in the octagon in one of the big arenas. So a lot on the line for these men and women this weekend, because a lot of people don't realize, oh, women fight too. Yeah, and that's intense.
Well, it's all intense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And when he was talking earlier, because I caught some of the conversation out in the hallway, that they started fighting in gyms. So they would be in high school gyms, these very intense athletes filled with 500 people, then get scouted, and then they would show up at something like the Staples Center where it was thousands upon thousands of people, and the shock of that was the hardest part for them. So this is such a good middle step for the exposure, one, of course,
Right.
but two, to get them acclimated to just being surrounded by so many humans.
Yeah, that's Ed's biggest role. He takes these fighters and he starts acclimating them and giving them what to expect, so that it's baby steps instead of just jumping into a huge arena and being overwhelmed by crowds, because they fill those things up.
They do fill those things up,
Yep.
and they like put those chairs right down by the octagon, and I mean, they're like cramming as many people as possible in there. It's insane.
Yep. And it was fun to talk to him about my past in Vegas, and we said we were doing a timeline on it. It was like almost 25 years ago when I was working for the Fertitta family, who actually started the UFC, Lorenzo Fertitta, and then Joe Rogan came in and got it going. But that was really cool to see it start from that and then get to where it is right now. It's unbelievable that Lorenzo has transitioned the company and sold the UFC since then, but it's still just an amazing sport and attracting, I mean, the pay-per-view dollars alone, I'm sure is just incredible. But great athletes and multi-disciplines in the mixed martial arts.
Well, and I mean, I didn't realize how big of a thing this was until people started being like, well, I'm paying for the fight. I'm going to this bar because I know they're paying for the fight.
Right.
And I was like, wait, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then it was explained to me, and I was like, wow, this is such a crazy thing. Like, the only one that I've ever really seen or heard of was obviously the McGregor-Mayweather fight, because that was gigantic. And then the big Ronda Rousey fight.
Yeah, Ronda, whew. she could lay it down.
I know, she's an intense lady, that one.
She is.
I mean, it's absolutely insane. And now we have it right here in Vail.
Right in our backyard.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Can't wait till Friday.
Are you going to go?
I think I might go.
I think you might go.
For sure.
I love that for you.
Well, let's talk about Tegan Davis holding out on me with everything going on at the library. The library books, the library
cards, the hotspots, the laptops, the GoPros, the trekking poles, the camping gear,
the banana hammocks.
The banana chairs.
Banana chairs.
Yeah.
And the hammocks.
Yeah, the ones that you like inflate, you run and you inflate them, and then you like try and tie them really quickly.
3D printers.
The air doesn't get out there insane.
3D printers.
The possibilities with the Eagle County Library District.
You got to get into the library and see all this fun stuff. Take advantage of it.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Who knew? You could make a music video by renting GoPros and a laptop and a hotspot from the library.
And I almost mentioned that to her. That would be a fun competition to have in the community, to use the tools provided at the library to do something like that. So maybe next time she's on, we'll propose that.
Yeah, I love that. I think that should 100% happen. The final thing tonight, Underground Sound.
Underground Sound.
Go. It's going to be an incredible show.
Mm-hmm.
Fun, upbeat jazz. I feel like we need to go.
Yeah.
Get some nachos and then do it. Happy Thursday, everyone. Get out there and enjoy those mostly sunny skies today.
Coming up right now, a TikTok influencer gets fat shamed. See how